Okay, good morning. So good morning to the two of you.
Morning.
Hey, you made it here, and it's our last day of classes in the building. So we're gonna try to make the most of it and the best of it. So we're still on the vehicle finance
So now we're into
booklet.
leasing the vehicle.
Yeah. Well, what have we done so far? Just kind of go back to what we've done. So we started this. When we started this, we talked about fuel cost and fuel economy, right? So how much would it cost to fill up my gas, and fuel economy is how much gas is used per 100 kilometer. Cost of maintenance and repair, we talked about that. So in terms of maintenance and repairs, that one is if you need to fix something, you need parts, and if you need to fix something, we have to pay for the labor, right? Because those people need to get paid. So that's what we talked about there. Insuring a vehicle, we call it auto pack. It's illegal not to have an insurance on a vehicle, right? And then we talked about purchasing a new vehicle. One as a first option that we have when we purchase a new vehicle, every year it will go down. Actually, in fact, as soon as you drive off the parking lot of the dealership, the value already depreciated. And we talked about depreciation, meaning the loss of value of the car. So if you bought it for $20,000 today, next year it's probably, I don't know, 15,000.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because as soon as the vehicle leaves their lot, leaves their property, that's it.
Yeah. Depreciation is also because of the wear and tear, and we're adding kilometers to it. Okay? Purchasing a used vehicle. So instead of a new vehicle, we could purchase a used vehicle. Now that is an option. Under that used vehicle option, we can buy the used vehicle from a dealership, or we can buy it privately from another individual who used it before. Okay? And then yesterday we talked about vehicle loans, and talking about buying this vehicle. It doesn't matter if it's new or used. We can get a loan so we can slowly pay it back, right? Just like mortgage, sometimes it takes about 5 years to pay off the vehicle loan, sometimes 3 years, sometimes 2 years, depends on the person, right? So today we're going to talk about the leasing a vehicle. What does that mean? And so we'll find out today, okay? So we'll have our calculator ready. Many people choose to lease a vehicle rather than buy. Okay. When you lease a vehicle, you pay a specific amount each month for a set period of time. A down payment may be required. At the end of the lease period, you can return the vehicle to the dealer. Okay? At the end of the lease, we can return the vehicle to the dealer and often lease a newer vehicle. Or you can buy a vehicle for a predetermined buyout price. It's called residual value. So we lease the vehicle, so we're gonna lease it for maybe 2 years, 3 years. And then after that, we can either lease a new one, or buy the one that we were using before, okay? The one that we were leasing before. So it says here, example number 1. List advantages and disadvantages of leasing a car as opposed to buying a car. So we're going to take a look at advantage of leasing a car. So what is an advantage of leasing a car? Well, leasing a car would be you will be able to drive be able to drive new cars. Okay, new cars each time. Each time we lease or renew the lease. Okay, you will be, oh, BBB. Get rid of this B. You will be able to drive new car each time we lease. Okay. Okay. What else?
Chance to rent out.
Huh?
Chance of renting to own the vehicle.
A chance of,
Renting to own. Leasing to own.
oh yeah, you can lease a car, so try a car and then eventually buy it at the end, right? Oh, that's what you're thinking about? Okay. So try to
Purchase the car after lease.
okay, we can try to buy a vehicle. Okay, so that's an option, right? Here's another advantage. Leasing a car has a lower monthly payment. Yeah. Lower monthly payment. Okay. So, no, you would hear like lease your vehicle for $199 a month. That's not bad, right? As opposed to paying $300 a month, right? So lower monthly payment. Now, disadvantage of leasing a car. Oh, actually another advantage, I'm gonna try to fit it in here if I can. Another advantage is that maintenance, like oil change, is done at the dealership. Okay, maintenance of the car is not our responsibility, right? Maintenance of the car, like say oil change, could be done at the leasing.
Leasing car, they all of them responsible to the company and the oil change everything, no?
Did you lease your car?
No. But oil change, filter change,
Yeah, all the maintenance.
they
stuff.
all of them free?
Yeah, usually, yeah.
Sure.
But we can take a look at that. But the thing about this is that because you're like leasing is like a contract that we have to rent this car for 2 years, right? After you return the vehicle, you have to lease another one. So there's going to be a disadvantage of that, is it?
Yeah,
You keep
it's
paying constant monthly payment, right?
Yeah.
So this is a constant monthly payment. Because once let's say I lease the vehicle and I bring it back, now I need a vehicle, right? I'm gonna lease another car again, and then I'm gonna have more monthly payments. So it might be lower monthly payment, but it's gonna be constant monthly payment, right? Another thing that's a disadvantage is that mileage is limited, okay? And if we go over,
Yeah, pay more.
if we go over the limited mileage, we have to pay extra. Okay. So that's a disadvantage, right? We're gonna be constantly paying, and mileage is limited, and if we go over the mileage, we have to pay extra. Okay. Let's take a look at buying a car. What's an advantage of buying a car compared to leasing? So when we buy a car, monthly payment will be
You
higher.
get to set your monthly payments. You get to set your monthly payments.
Well, you can set the monthly payment by adjusting your length of time, but then that's gonna also increase your interests. So, but overall, monthly payment will be higher, right? Oh my goodness, sorry. I'm talking about the advantage of buying a car. That's not an advantage.
No.
No, okay. Sorry, back up a bit. That's a disadvantage,
It's your car.
okay? Yeah,
That's an advantage.
that's an advantage. Advantage is that after we pay off the car loan, we don't need to pay any more monthly payments. Okay, once we pay off the car, then there's no more monthly payment.
Leasing car, leasing
Buying,
in the town.
leasing,
If
yeah.
you some damage, who's responsible?
It's, if the person damaged it, let's say I'm leasing a car, yeah, because I'm still insuring the vehicle.
Responsible
Yeah.
for the
The
property.
insurance thing?
Yeah, yeah, insurance are just, yeah. Yeah, I still have to insure it. And then insurance will look after it if I get into an accident, yeah. Yeah,
Leasing car, same.
yeah. We can take a look at if there's a bit of a change or a difference later between leasing a car and buying a car and the insurance for that. We could do that too. Okay, so this one here, what else? In terms of an advantage of buying a car would be no limit on mileage, okay? So I can drive every year and does not have a limit on the mileage. Okay? And then number 3, so buying a car, it's your own. It becomes I know it's an asset, but it's a decreasing asset. So it's called a decreasing asset because it loses value each time, right? But if we wanted to change car, we can actually sell it and get some money, right? So we have options. Okay. So it might not be a lot of money, but you can get a little bit of money,
Yeah.
right? Even if like an old car, and then you sell it on Kijiji or wherever, right? And you say, okay, it's a very old car. Okay, yeah, take it for $500. Well, you can't get $500 when you return your lease, right? Because everything that you pay, it's done, it's gone. Okay. Now let's go to the disadvantage. Okay, I wrote.
Maintenance is your own responsibility.
Yeah, I'm gonna write down what I wrote down earlier when I made a mistake. I'll put it right here. So monthly mortgage payment, monthly payment, not mortgage, monthly payment is higher. Maintenance is a responsibility of the owner. And I think that could be those two disadvantages for that buying a car. Okay, is that good? We're going to take a look at example number 2. It says you see a commercial on TV that shows you can lease 2019 Toyota Corolla for 0 down, $276 a month. Calculate the monthly lease after taxes. So calculate the monthly lease after taxes. So how do we do that?
Times the 276 with 1.12.
Yeah, so correct. So 276, but we're gonna put taxes to that, include taxes. So times 1.12. Okay, let's go do the math for that. So it's gonna be $309.12 per month. Okay, $276.12 a month. Good? Yes, you're okay with that one? Now let's take a look at example number 3. Okay, example number 3. Peggy is going to lease a new Kia Sorento. These are real cars, eh? The lease payment is $249 per month, and a down payment of $299 is required. Okay, I gotta make sure we understand this, that we are not buying this vehicle, and because of that, okay, because of that, when they say there's a down payment of $299, we're actually adding the down payment, okay? We are used to, in our mind, we are used to seeing down payment as subtracting, correct? Yeah? When we buy a house, we have a down payment, we subtract it, right? When we buy a used car, we have a down payment, we subtract it. But if we're leasing it, down payment is added, okay? Now, why is it added? Because that's a question that I usually get, like, why is it when we buy something, down payment is subtracted, but when we're leasing it, we're adding it as a cost? If we have a zero down payment, our monthly lease payment would be higher, okay? But if we have a down payment, it will lessen the lease payment.
If you down pay, when I take back to car, they give the money back.
No, no, you don't get the money back, the down payment, no. Okay, so down payment, I'm gonna put that down in here. When we buy, I'm gonna put quote, when we buy something, down payment
No, you guys will trust the
is,
leasing car.
so,
No buy new car.
yeah, I'm gonna just write that down here. When we buy something, right, down payment is subtracted. Okay, but when we lease, okay, but when we lease, down payment is added. Okay, so I'm gonna put that down on the top so we remember that. Okay, so let's take a look at example number 3. Peggy is going to lease a car, and lease payment is $249 a month, and a down payment of $2,999 is required. Calculate the total amount that Peggy will pay to lease the vehicle.
You add the 249 to the 29.99.
Yes, lease payment of $249 a month. Okay, lease payment of $249 a month. Now this one here, they didn't have tax yet. So the lease amount, we have to put taxes in. So first, we're gonna go 249 times 1.12. So that's with taxes. So 278.88. So this is the lease payment with tax. This is lease payment after taxes. Okay. So how much will she pay at that time? It's going to be 278.88 plus the down payment of $2,999. Okay.
$3,277.88.
Okay, so we got the same answer. Okay, that's correct. You good?
First time when I made this car, when I today this car, I paid this one down pay and 1 month's payment.
Yeah. And next, and then from after that, it's gonna be just $278.88 a month.
Okay,
Yeah,
next month.
yeah. So so the question was, when I get this lease, I'm gonna pay the first month and the down payment. Okay, so month number, right now the next month, it will be just $278.88. Yeah, that's correct.
Today I don't have it down pay, but in the payment going up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How much payment more once you pay less.
The more down payment?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But you probably don't want to have like, be putting a lot of down payment in it, because remember, this is a lease and it's decreasing and you're not gonna get it back. So I'm just gonna, okay, just gonna show you something in here. Let's see if I could make it bigger. I'm just gonna go. I'm just pulling this from the internet, and navigating this might be a little bit challenging right now. Okay, so I'm just gonna go here. Can you see this? It says here lease versus finance. Lease versus finance. So they gave us a, let's see if we could.
Leasing finance over where?
This one?
Both of them are.
Let's just pick something. Okay, so we found something. Oh, here. Let's pick this one. Okay. Can you see this? So we're looking at this ad now on the internet. It says here, if we buy it, if you buy it now, it's gonna cost $33,850. That's what they call it, cash, right? If we get a financing, meaning a loan, it's gonna cost $253 bi-weekly, not monthly, right? So this is every 2 weeks is $253. View lease offers. Now, lease offers. Oh, this one talks about fuel economy. Oh, it doesn't actually say how much it's gonna cost to lease it. It says lease view offer, like lease. Doesn't say how much it is to lease. They just say how much is it for buying it. I'm gonna check a different website. Because I remember looking for something and say leasing or financing. Finance or lease. Let's pick a car first. Let's pick a nice car. Let's go this one. Can you see this? I'm gonna turn off the other lights. It's probably better. So looking at this one on the internet, and we can actually see, so you can see what the offers are. Yes, we're buying it from Manitoba. So many options. Oh, here. So if we lease it, yeah, there you go. A little bit better here. Make it bigger. Oops, that's too much. Is this okay? Can you see it better? So if we buy it in cash, it would be $37,555. Okay, and if we finance it, oh, this is where it gets tricky comparing it, because finance, let's say finance is 72 months, and then, which is 6 years. This is in 60, this is 60 months, so that's 5 years. Interest, so when we're leasing, annual kilometers only, you're limited, it's only 20,000, so that's basically what the thing is. If we buy it, no limit, right?
Yeah.
No limit in kilometers, not applicable. So over here, payment including taxes. So in this particular case, if
Not
we
charging taxes with financing.
oh, because they've already put the taxes up here. So here is 130 weekly. So how much is that? 130.35 times, let's see. About 521 week, okay? About 531 a month if we just lease it. Now if we buy it in financing, so 295.25 times 2, it's gonna be close to 600. Okay, so buying it, it's gonna cost us it's not that kind of buy. Right, $590 a month approximately. And then lease, it's gonna be 130.35. Let's get times 4 weeks. It's 521.
So technically you're paying more if you just want to buy it out.
Yeah, you're gonna pay more, but at the end, it's yours. I'm just taking a look over here. Down payment. Oh, they have a down payment of 0 here, and I think I can't. Yeah.
But then later on, you're going to be paying more because you have to pay for the maintenance and all that.
Yeah. So I mean, there's
advantages and
advantages, and that's why we're kind of talking about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so is that good? Okay, so we've just looked at the internet here, looking at some websites, and we've been comparing about leasing and buying. Okay, so far so good?
Yeah.
Now I'm sure that the students watching the YouTube don't see what we just saw on the internet, but so let's just take a look. Example 4. Residual value. Residual means, what is residual value again? Okay, residual value, so if we go over here, you can buy out, it's called a buyout price. Another thing is a buyout price. So residual means remaining value after the lease. Okay, so if a car was leased for 2 years, after 2 years, they're going to tell you this is what it's worth. Okay, what's the value of that? So it says here, I'm going to focus it a bit. Kia Sorento leased by Peggy in example 3 has an original price of $28,480. The residual value of this vehicle is 60% of the original price. Okay, so after whatever, at the end of the lease, it is now only worth 60% of the original price. So determine the residual value of the car. Residual value would be 60% of original price. Okay, 60% means 60 per 100, right? 60% means 60 per 100. What does the word of mean? Of means, what operation is that? The of means times, multiplication.
Yeah, so you
What's
just times the 28,
yes,
4800.
28, yeah. So 28,480 times 60 over 100. Okay, so I'm just gonna do the math there. So you go ahead and do that. Okay, that tells us, wow, it went down so much. Right? So when it's brand new, it's 28,480. After the lease, at the end of the lease, it's now 17,088. That's the value. Now, this person, Peggy, opts means chooses. Okay, so sometimes we use the word opt in or opt out. Okay. Excuse me. So Peggy chooses to purchase the vehicle at the end of the lease. Calculate the price she will pay after taxes. So after the lease, it's 17,000. 88 times, okay, after taxes times 1.12. Excuse me. No, I'm good, thank you. I just need a tissue. Okay, it's gonna be $19,138.56. Oops. Okay, I'm just gonna go get some tissue. Is that okay? I didn't hear you.
So that's what I got.
That's not what you got?
Well, that is what I got.
Oh, that's what you got. Okay, good. Is this what you got, Sue? You got the same thing? This number? Yeah? Okay, we're gonna just go up to example 5 today, and then I'll assign some questions, okay? So example 5, total cost to lease and purchase. Okay, so this person wanted to lease first, lease and purchase, so, and then purchase. So, how much did it cost to lease the vehicle? The total.
$3,277.88.
Yeah, you know what? You know what's missing in here? They didn't tell us how many months they leased it.
Yeah.
Okay? Is it, did you not? Yeah, now I'm
I thought
kind of,
that, I was like,
yeah. They didn't have the number of years they leased the vehicle. So let's just make it up, okay? So calculate the total cost of Peggy from examples 3 and 4 if she leases the Kia and then purchases at the end of the lease. And then we'll just put here, leased for, how many years do you want to lease it? 2 years? 3 years?
yeah, that was in the 3 years.
Let's go 3 years. Let's go 3 years, okay? Nobody leases the vehicle for a long period of time. So let's just say 3 years. Leased for 3 years. So how much does it cost to lease for 3 years?
Well, for one thing, times the lease amount of $3,277 with 3 years.
Oh, remember this is a one-time payment. The down payment is added only one time. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go total lease. Okay? So how much does it cost each month?
$249.
Yeah, $249 a month. And then we had to do the taxes, right? So it costs $278.88 each month. So it's gonna be $278.88 each month, timesing it by, because it's 3 years, so how many months is 3 years? Times 36 months, and then plus the down payment of $2,999. Is that okay? So this is the monthly payment for 36 months, and then the down payment is added after. $13,038.68, correct? Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna wait. Is that good? Okay. Now, the purchase, well, how much does it cost to purchase? Okay, so this is the purchase price. It's
After the
19
lease,
after the lease, yeah.
Then
So total lease plus purchase. So lease amount,
17,088. That's residual. Yeah.
plus 19,138.56. $32,177.24. Okay, so I'm gonna stop right there. I don't want to have too much overloaded information. Okay, we will talk about this on Monday. Okay, I know that I won't see you in class Monday. We're out of the building, but I'm still gonna be YouTubing. Of course, I'm gonna try to figure out how to do that at home. And of course, you're gonna try to set up your own home for your own learning. But we're gonna reserve example 6 on Monday, okay? So just to let you know, I'm gonna try my, not try, but I have to, okay? I'm required to. Each day, I'm gonna go on live. So if you wanna listen to what I'm talking about, I don't know how I'm gonna do that yet. I'm still figuring out and I'm learning as I go. So I would say check the blog and I will tell you some instruction there so you can watch it live. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube, I think when people are subscribed on YouTube, I'm not sure yet. Like I said, I'm learning. Then you're gonna get a like some kind of a message that I'm live streaming and all that stuff. So just keep checking the blog, and that's our way to communicate with each other. Yeah, contact me through the blog. When people message me on the blog, I get it on my email. Okay, so just to let you know, we'll continue our learning, but still, even though we're apart. So I'm gonna give you some homework though for you to do today or sometime today. So you do question 1 for today, and question 2, and we'll go questions 1 and 3 for now, okay?
Will teacher coming Monday?
No more.
In the school all been closed?
Yeah.
Oh,
All teachers are not gonna be in the building anymore.
anymore?